Hello there. Welcome to this part of the course. My name is Michael Brunstrom and I work as a teacher and researcher at Lund University, and I'm teaching mostly in geoinformatics and remote sensing techniques. Now this part of the course is allocated to a project where you will find information about some different satellite sensors and the platforms in order to understand what is out there, how do they vary, the different sensors and the data that we can get from Earth observation satellites. This is an individual or a group project. You can work in pairs, and you will, if it's possible and you have a class, you will present your findings. Otherwise, if it's a distance learning course, you will instead write a report about your findings. Okay, let's see if I can get that one off. So there are many satellites orbiting the Earth. Some are for communication, but many are also launched and missioned to observe the Earth, the status of the Earth, and they are measuring different things. We see here as an example the European Space Agency, who have many satellites up there measuring different scientific measurements. We have the Copernicus program where we have the Sentinel data, for instance, and we also have a bunch of meteorological satellites up there. Now Pixalytics, they counted to about 1,000 Earth observation missioned satellites up there. Some are optical, some are meteorological, as we said, some are radar imaging. They send them out. It's an active sensor, so it sends out a radar signal and then it measures what bounces back into the sensor. We have about 79 Earth observation satellites here, Earth Science 75 satellites, but they are included in each other also. So we have multispectral imaging and hyperspectral imaging satellites. We have other purposes, infrared images, and so on. So the optical imagery are still the largest type. We have about almost 500 of them. You can have a look at this site on the internet and watch more about this. So your mission is now to explore, find information about different sensors and platforms. The platform are, of course, where the satellite as we see it, and then on board the platform we have sensors that measure different things. And here we see some types, some platforms, actually Landsat, and they have done some sensors on board. We have the SPOT satellites, we have the NOAA AVHRR satellites, we have the MODIS, the GOES, the Sentinel, GeoEye, for instance. And so there are a bunch of different satellites out there. And your task is now to find information about 3 of these systems that we have here on this page, and then 1 additional system, so 4 in total. And the additional one should then be an active sensor, active Earth observation remote sensing sensor. Okay, so you will find information about 4 different sensors, and then you will present this through a seminar or write a report about it. And what to include in your presentation or report is then the history about that sensor or platform. When was it launched the first time? Why? What was the mission of it? What's the platform or platforms for that sensor? What the type of sensor? Is it an active or a passive sensor? What's the orbit like? The orbit is then how it goes around the Earth. And what other properties does it have? Different resolutions, the purpose, usage, what can we use the data for? What's the data availability? How often, how many times, for instance, per year do we have images from that sensor? When did it start? How many years do we have data from a certain type of sensor? What's the cost to access the data? Is it free, or does it cost money to get the data? What's the future plans for continuation of that program? And what's the references? Where did you find information about these sensors and platforms? Are there any problems related to the satellite sensor? One problem can be a drift in time. So normally it takes around 90 minutes to orbit the Earth, but maybe it has slowed down a little bit, so it takes longer time, or maybe it's faster now because the orbit has changed a little bit, and that could mean that we have a satellite that used to pass around 12 at noon every day. Then it will maybe have been have been delayed, so it passes at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and that is not so good. So what you should find out about are passive or active sensors. Is it a geostationary or a polar orbiting sensor? Is it sun synchronous? What's the orbit height? When was it launched? Life expectancy? What's the data form? How do we get the data and the properties? What different resolutions do we have? The spectral resolutions, where are the band positioned, and how wide are they? What's the spatial resolution on the ground, the area then per cell unit? Radiometric resolution, how many bits do we have per cell value? And the temporal resolution, how often is the data reoccurring? So those things you should find out. And then you prepare a 5 to 10 minute oral presentation with slides from these 4 different satellite sensors. Make a nice story and compare between the chosen sensors. And if you're not presenting, you should be active in discussing the other presentations also. So the aim is to learn as much as possible of different satellite platforms and sensors that are available out there. If it's not possible to present in a seminar, then you prepare a report instead, about 5 pages with images to be uploaded as instructed by your teacher. Okay, let's see if I can find you again. There we go. Okay, good luck with this project, and hope you learn a lot and enjoy finding out about satellite sensors and platforms. Bye bye.